Play, magic finger. Unsung heroes of the Old West. My brother and myself would like to join together as we sing the song of the great heroes of the Old West. The rugged men of yesteryear who worked the great flatboats up and down the vast waterways, the vast water arteries of America.
These dependable heroes.
These dependable heroes of yesteryear. For they worked the flatboats up and down the rivers, bringing essential goods to the river towns of yesteryear. Nor wind, nor sleet, nor snow would stop the rugged boatmen as they brought
Tommy, wait a minute. First of all, they were dependable.
That's
but
right.
But that wasn't their motto. That was the motto for the postal department. We'll stop the postman on his appointed rounds. They didn't have a motto. They didn't need one. They didn't boast. They didn't brag like the post office department. No, they did their job. They knew what they did and were supposed to do, and they did it. Right? Nothing stopped the boatmen. Nor wind, nor sleet, nothing.
Nor through wind, nor sleet, nor snow or rain.
Rivers.
Nor rivers would stop the boatmen.
Nor floods.
Or
great oceans.
Nor oceans.
Or puddles.
Or puddles.
Nothing.
Or rivulets.
Rivulets.
Or anything. Oh, sometimes droughts would slow them down.
But they weren't really a happy lot.
No, the boatmen were not a happy lot, for they worked from dawn till dusk, toiling, bringing essential goods to these river towns of yesteryear, which eventually grew into the great slum areas of today. These men of yesteryear would stand on the back of their flatboats with poles, poling their boats, but they didn't want to use poles. They wanted to row their boats.
But they couldn't, Tommy.
Because
everybody pulled their boats
everybody pulled their boats in those days.
That's
but
right.
They wanted to row their boats, and they'd go to work 6:30 every single morning, cold and tired from 12 hours of work, and they'd come to a vicious, mean captain. And they'd come up to the boathouse, and the captain would say, "Hi, fellas." And the boatman would say, "Could we row our boats today instead of using the poles? You know, we'd like to kind of row our boats." And the captain might say, "Nope, you got to use the poles because that's the way boatmen have always done it."
Well, what's so bad about using the poles?
Because sometimes in the Ohio River, where this song comes from, the river was over 700 feet deep. Short poles. A lot of boatmen are lost that way. This song tells of the fun and frolic that the boatmen have once a week on their one night off as they go into town and spend their weekly meek's penances on fun and frolic. Their weekly meek's pay as they go into town and dance and frolic around.
Boatmen dance, boatmen sing, boatmen do most anything. Dance, boatmen dance, dance, boatmen dance. Dance all night to the broad daylight, go home with the gals in the morning. Hey ho, boatmen rows, sailing on the river on the Ohio. Hey ho, boatmen rows, sailing on the river on the Ohio. This old boatman went ashore, liked it so he stayed for more. Dance, boatman dance, dance, boatman dance.
I'm a boatman, gee, I'm sore, I came home without an oar.
Dance, boatman dance.
Want to bring a pole home.
Hey, dance all night to the broad daylight, go home with the gals in the morning. Hey ho, oh, sailing on the river on the Ohio. Hey ho, boatman rows, sailing on the river on the Ohio.
Yes, the boatmen of yesteryear worked their flatboats up and down the rivers, bringing essential goods. They have these big flatboats, like, see, this is a visual aid. They have these big flatboats, and on the front of the flatboats were piled up essential goods. And the boatmen would stand on the back of the boats. See, they'd stand right back here with these poles, and they'd pull their boats and work their way up down the river. See, the essential goods were piled up here, and the boatmen stand right up. And sometimes they'd stand right over here.
Well, what do you mean, Tommy?
But then we'd have
essential goods. What do you figure essential goods? You mean medical supplies and things like
well,
that?
No, there was bandages. They're piled up here in the front, chicken wire.
Chicken wire.
And church keys.
Church keys?
Very religious group. They piled up and they worked their boats down the river here.
Now, you say this is a flatboat. This visual aid is a flatboat, and this is the back over there, and the cargo is in the front.
That's
portion,
right. The boatmen would stand right back here with the rugged men. They would laugh and smile.
Okay, one question. May I ask a question?
Yeah.
What is this long, skinny thing stuck to the front of your boat?
See these, there was essential goods piled up in the front. The
I
boatman
know
would
there were
stand right
essential
on the
goods,
back.
Tommy, but what is this long, skinny thing stuck to the front of your flatboat?
It's a rudder. So the boatman would say, "Hi, hey ho, boatman, row."
Wait a minute,
See,
that
but they
doesn't make
didn't
sense.
row
Wait a
because
minute,
they had
Tommy.
poles.
That doesn't make sense.
That's a flaw in the song. I just figured it out.
Tommy, that doesn't make sense. Rudders aren't on the front of boats, they're on the back.
This is
All boats have their rudders on the back, never on the front. No exceptions. Now, you called this a rudder, so why? I mean, you tell everybody. They believe you. Everybody's listening, and they say, oh, gee, he has a rudder on the front of his boat. They don't know. Now, why did you call that a rudder? Why?
well. See, there were well. There could be there could. It's really.
Well, just give me one of your favorite answers. You know, I mean, there's many answers, I suppose, but why did you call this a rudder?
Well, I lied.
That's all night till the broad daylight. Go home with the gals in the morning. Hey ho, boatman row, sail on the river on the Ohio. Hey ho, boatman row, sail on the river on the Ohio. The roughest men that were afloat were those who worked the old flatboats. Dance, boatman, dance, dance, boatman, dance.
Oh, I know a boatman. His name was Mac. He had his rudder on the front.
Dance, dance, boatman, dance. Hey, dance all night till the broad daylight. Go home with the gals in the morning.
Everybody sing!
Hey ho, boatman row, sailing on the river on the Ohio. Hey ho, boatman row, sailing on the river on the Ohio. All right, now I've stood this as long as I can, Tommy. That is the worst, sloppiest guitar playing I have ever heard in my life.
It's hard playing it on a rudder.
Hey ho,